Alright, what's up guys? Yeah, so we're gonna do some Pokemon Stadium. So this is Gym Leader's Castle, which is this lovely non-ominous building right here. So just before the run starts, I'll sort of explain how it goes. So this game, you can bring your own Pokemon from sort of red and blue. But for the run specifically, we'll use the rental Pokemon. So we have 8 teams. These are what they are. I'll go over them as we go into games, but I'll be using rentals for this, is the short version. The order also doesn't matter. Normally you're locked into the first gym until you unlock the second. Before an actual run, it doesn't matter. I'll do the normal order because it's a marathon run and I lose nothing by doing a more optimal order that might be better for like resets and stuff. But that's fine. Are we good on the timer? I will take that as a yes. Alright, then we'll start with Brock. And time starts when I press OK. So 3, 2, 1, go. Excellent. So this is Pokemon Stadium. The gist of it is you fight through all 8 gyms. So it's sort of like the regular Pokemon game without the walking stuff and without the training and all that stuff. Every fight you bring 3 Pokemon and the opponent brings 3 Pokemon, and that's pretty much it. So for the rentals, we have access to a lot of Pokemon. So the first few gyms might seem a bit unfair. It'll balance itself out, don't worry. But the first few fights aren't difficult. We'll just put it that way. So I'll take this time to sort of explain more about Stadium. So it is a Gen 1 game. So Stadium specifically is inspired from the code from Gen 1, but they did fix a lot of things. So a lot of, unintentional things that happened in Gen 1. So like focus energy, for example, is fixed in this. There's no Gen 1 miss. That's a level 50 Caterpie. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, I'll go over some more mechanics more in depth later, but if anyone has any questions like about specific things, I know more than I should about this game, so I can probably answer them. For this game, we like using powerful moves, so obviously we can't turn off animations. So the less animations, the better. So we're going to be using a lot of powerful moves. We're going to be using Fire Blast, we're going to be using Thunders. Preferably we don't miss, but also missing costs like 20 seconds. Or if you miss at the wrong spot, it could just cost you completely losing the fight. So that is a no bueno. Jolteon versus Zapdos. Okay, so one other thing about the rental Pokemon is that they don't all have particularly good moves. I'm trying to split here, but I don't have splits running. So Jolteon and Zapdos both have Thunder, which is really good. The difference is Jolteon is a bit faster, so sometimes if you need to outspeed things, Jolteon's the way to go. Zapdos has higher special though, so Zapdos' Thunders do more damage, which is important. Obviously for killing reliably. The other thing though is that speed also influences your critical hit chance, so Jolteon does have a bit higher chance. So Jolteon's chance is 22.85, while Zapdos is 19.92, so it's about 3% more better chance to crit. Zapdos has access to Sky Attack, which is a flying type move, and Jolteon has access to Double Kick and Pin Missile, neither of which are particularly strong because Jolteon's attack stat is not great, but it can finish off Pokemon that aren't completely dead. There has been a shift recently, actually, that a lot of runners are using Zapdos over Jolteon. Because although outspeeding things is nice, it's not really worth it to do 2 attacks instead of just underspeeding and do 1 attack. One thing actually that is very different about this game compared to Gen 1 is all the stats have been lowered by... It's about 20%, it's not an exact thing, but it's about 20%. So attacks are lowered by 20%, obviously, defense is also lowered by 20%, but so is health. So overall, Pokemon are less bulky compared to how much attack they do. So really we are trying to nuke everything. So it's sort of like the reverse if anyone knows about the Let's Go Pikachu meta, or Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, with like the candy meta, which by the way is actually a really cool competitive game. Do not take the base game at the value of what the competitive scene is. but that's actually overall generally more bulky, since you can raise attack, defense, and health. But yeah, everything's pretty frail in this game. There are a number of damage ranges. I'll sort of list them off and go over how this game deals with them once they become relevant. So for the first few fights, we're nuking everything. Articuno has a 100% hit move that one-shots everything. The only thing, I looked at this yesterday actually, so Doduro outspeeds, that's not news. He has Rock Slide, which is 4 times effective. He uses Hyper Beam, interesting. I don't know why he's not using Rock Slide. If Rock Slide crits, he would kill, which is unfortunate, but we also have Starman Kabutops, which beats everything here. But yeah, I'll talk about damage ranges later. It's just 0% relevant in Brock's gym because there are only 2 Pokemon we don't one-shot. And those are in the next fight.
The Pokemon are entirely different types. Savage attack. No, this Pokemon looks wrong.
So Gen 1 is relatively notorious for having really high crit chances. So you will see me get a lot of critical hits. Again, it's basically a 1 in 5 chance to get a crit. I'll point out if the crits are actually useful or not though, because a lot of them you'll just get it and it would one-shot the Pokemon anyways.
3-1. The battle has become one-sided. Nail the weak spot.
In most cases, high critical hit moves are guaranteed to land a crit just because of the way they're calculated in this game. Instead of adding 1 stage to your crit, so there's no actual like crit stat per se, as there is in later games, which uses crit stages. It's just a calculation, and the calculation for high critical hit moves just multiplies your base critical hit chance by 8. So you're basically guaranteed a crit as long as you don't have like 50 speed, which almost nothing has 50 speed. So moves like Slash or Razor Leaf or Karate Chop, they'll always crit. Alright, so this is the first fight where there's actual strategy involved and not just spamming one move. So whatever rock type I see, I'm going to Bubble Beam. Excellent. And if there's a fossil, I just Thunder it. Thunder does have a 30% chance to miss, and we will be using Thunder a lot later, so you may see a few misses. Each gym leader has a signature Pokemon that they'll always bring to the fight. So every fight, the 3 Pokemon, they're sort of dependent on your the Pokemon that you have in your party, but it is still pretty random on which Pokemon they bring. The gym leaders will always bring their signature Pokemon. Vulpix is a 2-hit here, but Brock's signature Pokemon is Onix. That's all I can say about it. We one-shot Onix and outspeed it, so he's really not a threat. But that will be useful, or not useful. What's the word I'm looking for? Relevant later in the game, when we get to actual gyms that actually require actual strategy. What's up, Shadowy?
What's this? There, it's a hit.
Alright, Quick Attack's a dumb move. So Quick Attack always goes first. I think it's the only high priority move in this game. The reason it's dumb is because normally I outspeed everything, but since he uses Quick Attack, I just lose like, whatever, 5 seconds for no reason. Small things like that you'll... I mean, you won't gain or lose time because someone used too many Quick Attacks, but it's just something that's slightly annoying. Yeah, I will need good luck in later gyms. This game is very brutal. This is sort of like if you wanted to play the lottery, but wanted to do it in a video game, this is the game. Thank you, Lolly. Alright, so Missy will bring Team 6. So if you're a fan of Gengar, this is the only time you'll see him in the run.
Here's the first opponent of this gym series.
The races of this game sound painful.
Victory is expected.
Yes, there's a non-zero chance that, like... Pretty much starting from Erica, but including the Lieutenant Surge fight, I die. There's a chance that I die on, like, pretty much any fight. There's a few of them that are really easy, but every fight does have its, its problems.
There's been major action already.
The first really bad fight, though, was actually the next fight, but we'll...
Seeking.
Seeking's a 2-hit here.
Pokemon are entirely different types.
Critical hits... damage? I'll go with it, like, really simply. So, at the start, it determines on your level. So right now we're level 50, so it multiplies that by 2, then divides by 5, then plus 2. That gives us 22. For a critical hit, it'll take... Instead of doing that calculation, it will start by doubling your level. It will be 100 times 2 divided by 5 plus 2. The point is, I'm not going to go over the entire calculation, but the point is, critical hit damage, since we're level 50, isn't doubled, it's about 91% more. As opposed in later games, it's doubled until I think Gen 6 they changed it to just 50% more. But just because something is a reliable 2-hit doesn't necessarily mean that it's a reliable 1-hit with a crit. So hopefully that doesn't come up, but if it does, that's just Gen 1 coding. Gengar is great. I wish we used him more, but his move pool is absolute garbage. Alright, so the junior female fight is one of the worst fights in the game. This is an accuracy drop team, so its team will spam Sand Attack, Flash, and Smokescreen. I think there might be another move in there, which drops your accuracy. The first drop cuts it by 25%, and then it cuts it to 66%. Okay, it goes 75, then 66, then 50. We want to try to avoid that as much as possible. So we bring Electrode here in case we get either Seadra or Pidgey. We got Seadra, thankfully, so hopefully we hit. Fantastic. Just gonna use Smokescreen. It's gonna drop my accuracy. Once Seadra's out of the way, I'm just gonna self-destruct and bring in another Pokemon, because dealing with this is not fun. So already at one stage lower, we have a 52% chance right now to hit. Excellent. This is also a range. Alright, so luckily, Electrode has Swift. Swift always hits. It skips the accuracy check completely. That was actually not the case in the Japanese versions of Red and Green. Swift was just a 100% accurate move, so things like Sand Attack would affect it. But starting from the English versions of Gen 1, it just completely skips the accuracy check. Famous last words. Kadabra, I believe, is a 1-hit. Excellent. So Self-Destruct is not a 100% accurate move, though, or it is rather, but since we did get hit by a Smokescreen, I do have a 25% chance to miss. We're good. Alright. And then from here... I'll actually bring in Tauros, I think is better. So I have Zapdos and Tauros in the back. I think I prefer Tauros here. We'll see if I get Pidgey, that's unfortunate. If I get something like Diglett, that's really good. Okay, well, you never know what's in the back. So Zapdos Thunder would have one hit. It is a 70% chance. I do outspeed it, which means that I'll just have to hit a Strength through a 75% chance, which is already better than Thunder. He's gonna use Sand Attack here. Sand Attack is like super laggy, just like stare at the screen while it's coming off. It's actually painful.
Fireworks are flying in this battle.
Of course.
What now? Boom!
Alright.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Tragic fight, but you know what?
Down.
So there are two types of bad fights in this game. There's one fight like this one, for example, where you can just like lose minutes, but you'll always finish it at least. And then there's fights that like you have a legitimate chance at dying. I'll point out the scary fights when we get there. I just split again. Swimmer. Alright, we're just gonna hit more thunders now.
Here's the third trainer battle with only the gym leader left after this. What kind of battle can we expect to see?
So only Clefairy survives a thunder here. Yeah, everything else is just a one-shot. So hopefully we hit them all. Excellent.
Taken down on the one go! There's been major action already.
So in Generation 1, there was a pretty famous oversight. It's called Gen 1 Miss. So basically, when it does its check for accuracy, it's going to roll a random number between 0 and 255. So in Gen 1, if it rolls a 255, it will always miss, no matter what. Except Swift. Swift skips the accuracy check. So it always misses on 255. In this game, they actually patched it, so if you do hit a 255, it just rolls a new random number. So that you don't have that automatic miss no matter what sort of thing. They actually didn't apply that fix to critical hits, so even though I mentioned earlier things like Slash should always critical hit if you have more than 52 speed, there's a 1 in 256 chance that you actually don't crit. So they sort of fixed it, but not really. They also fixed focus energy, so focus energy was really, like, actually did not function in Gen 1. Here they fixed it, so it's sort of, it makes it a bit more than double likely that you'll land the critical hit. So it'd be around a 50% chance instead of a 20. But again, that's just a very average generalization of the actual calculation. Alright, so Misty's signature Pokemon is Starmie. We do one-shot everything in this gym, but missing either Starmie or Blastoise could be bad. Starmie will paralyze me with Thunder Wave, and Blastoise can dig, and if Blastoise digs, that's bad, because I'm an electric type here. Otherwise, it's just Zapdos, so it's not that bad. But yeah, if Starmie paralyzes me, paralysis is pretty bad since you start underspeeding everything. And as I mentioned earlier, we're not super bulky. Jolteon especially does not have very good bulk. So we don't want Jolteon to start bodying too many hits. The problem is that Zapdos underspeeds Starmie, so if I do get paralyzed, I will keep Jolteon in, because there's no point switching out to Zapdos if I'm just gonna underspeed anyways. So I just need to, there we go. Just need to hit that. So based on what the first two Pokemon are, you can sort of guess out what the third Pokemon is most of the time. In the first couple of gyms, it's not super relevant, because there isn't anything particularly scary, but in the later gyms, I will use prediction. Most of the time, it doesn't change the strategy, it's just good for my mental health to know what's coming out. Alright, that's 2 gyms down. So again, we do 8 gyms, Elite 4, and the rival fight. So Surge is Team 5. So yeah, you can change your team between gyms, but you need to bring the same team to all 4 fights of that gym. So we do have different setups for most of the gyms. Erica and Brock's gym, we just use the same team because it works out that way, but every other gym has its own unique team for it, just to deal with all the different scenarios. I think Zapdos shows up on every team, actually. Electricity is just a really good stat, both defensively and offensively. Which is why we also used Gengar earlier, which had Thunderbolt, which is 100% accurate. We'll also be using Persian in a later gym that also has Thunderbolt. God.
What now? Powerful strike. Neither one is conceding an inch.
So the way multi-hit moves are like calculated by how much damage they do, it's actually they'll only calculate it once, and then they'll just multiply that by however many times it hits. So 3 times in this case. It also rolls crit only once, so it only rolls on the first one. If the first one crits, all of them crit. If the first one doesn't crit, none of them will crit. So there you go. 4th time's a charm.
Taken down with 1 hit. We're waiting for the next Pokemon. Oh, it's Slowpoke. It has to make up for lost ground. The Pokemon are entirely different types.
Alright, very soon we're gonna stop one-shotting everything, so things will start getting a bit more interesting. But right now it is just a lot of Thunder spam.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon.
Would we have a second for a quick announcement now?
100% go for it.
Okay. If you're enjoying this run, if you can get enough of Pokemon Stadium, then just so you know, there is a one special link in the chat right now. The one that goes to our incentives. The next one is meant for Pokemon Stadium, which is, you know, this run, kind of. And it would add an additional minigame speedrun at the end of this run. So you still have an hour and 40 minutes, about an hour and 40 minutes to donate for that incentive. We are now at $55 out of $150, and we really want to reach it. So get your donations in and make sure to mark that as your incentive of choice. We're missing $95 right now, and we're just $15 out of $300 totally raised. Thank you very much for all of the donations and your attention.
There you go. The mini games in this game are pretty legendary. So hit up that donation link if you want to see those.
They go into battle poses. Lead. Its defense is down.
Alright, so Nido King's going to be one of the other MVPs of the run, along with Zapdos and Jolteon, also Jinx that we'll see later. He has Earthquake, which is really good. It will decimate a lot of things. He actually gets outsped in this fight by a lot of things. It's actually one of the only fights that we use him in that he gets consistently outsped. Except Magnemite. We had Speed Magnemite here. But yeah, Nidoking's really good. We'll be using him a lot. And Earthquake's 100% accurate, thankfully. And very strong. Here's the base of Nidoking. Yeah, it is a 100%. It is a 100 base power move, which is good. Thunder is 120, I believe, just for comparison. Yeah.
The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
Hit levitating Pokemon. Yeah, luckily abilities were not introduced this early on, so you can hit Magnemites, which later gain Levitate and stop being able to be hit by ground type moves. They are just pure electric in this generation, as opposed to electric steel starting from Gen 2. So an Earthquake is only 2 times effectiveness instead of 4.
And there goes the battle!
Alright, so this is the last relatively free fight for a while. What's in Narco's gym? No, never mind. Everything in Narco sucks. But yeah, Surge is the first fight that we're somewhat likely to die, which would not be fun. So we'll... Starting from now, there's actual strategy that's going to come into the fights, as opposed to everything before now. Nothing particularly noteworthy happens in this fight other than Ponyta outspeeding me, so hopefully it is no Ponyta, because that will cost me 8 seconds. So I also have this really bad habit in this game. If I say I hope something doesn't happen, it oftentimes does. I will still point it out, because it's more fun that way, but this is not a bad one though. 8 seconds is fine. There's another fight later that something outspeeds me and has Horn Drill, which is a one-shot move, which is scary, but we'll get to that later. I'm not worried about that now.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Charmander! The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. Savage attack.
It's Levitate. I've never played anything past Gen 1. That's a lie. I'm a huge Pokemon nerd.
One-hit wonder. And there goes the battle.
Okay. So, the next fight is the Lieutenant Surge fight. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this is the first scary fight of the game. It's not super bad. Mostly it's just Raichu. So Raichu is his signature Pokemon, and in Stadium, they decided to give Raichu Surf. And a crit Surf from Raichu will one-shot Nidoking. So that is scary because Tauros can't reliably beat Raichu. If Tauros and a Raichu get in a one-on-one, I either need to hope that I hit a range, so it's a 33% chance to two-shot Raichu, or that he misses a Thunder. And also that he doesn't crit. So he also charge Electrode, because his Electrode always self-destructs on the first turn. Oh, he actually crit me. That's not too good, because I'm supposed to self-destruct on the next thing that comes in. So hopefully that won't be an issue. In which case, if it's not Raichu that comes out and it's Magneton, I need to do some calculations. So I do have a calculator with me.
This is a wild one from the word go.
I also made the calculator. Fun fact. Or, I improved it, rather.
Here's a Pokemon.
Alright, so it's probably Magneton. It might also be Raichu. It is Raichu. That means whatever's in the back is really easy to kill. So yeah. He has a 20.41% chance to crit. And if he crits me, I probably lose this fight.
Savage attack.
Okay, we're good.
This Pokemon looks wrong.
I would almost definitely lose, actually, because in a one-on-one, Tauros doesn't necessarily win against Raichu, and then whatever's in the back would probably just kill Tauros. So it's very good that I hit that.
There's only one Pokemon left in reserve.
Alright, so Voltorb outspeeds me, but I don't care about that. He can't kill me.
The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle continues. What'll it do? Boom!
A Alolan Raichu Psychic would probably kill,
It's doubly effective.
since it also has Stab on top of just being an absurdly powerful move.
Wonder. That's it. Stay clear.
Was that Thunder? It'll be fine. If my stream goes out, I was hit by lightning. So that was Surge. Erica's Gym. Erica's Gym's actually pretty cool. It uses a lot of different strategies. One strategy, actually, for the first fight, we're going to be using Kabutops. So the last has a lot of Pokemon that have pretty nasty status effects, mostly just Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff. But nothing can reliably one-shot everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring out Kabutops, which has Swords Dance, which doubles your attack, and that can reliably one-shot everything except one Pokemon, and that one Pokemon's a 71% range, so even that's pretty good. I don't think I ever explained ranges. So basically what this game does to calculate damage, there's the whole damage calculation, and then it will multiply the final number that you get by a random number. So that random number is between 217 and 255. So it multiplies your damage, let's say 100 by 250, so now you have 25,000, and then it will divide all of that by 255. Submission, actually all of Kabutops' moves are 85% accurate, so I do like to hit them. But the point being, so for ranges, it was actually changed in later generations, but you can go as low as 85% of what you could potentially hit if you get a low roll. But that's only relevant if we're C Paris.
Whoa! Looks like a bad Pokemon choice. Gone! It's a one-hit wonder. There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon.
High roller.
Oh, it's Wigglytuff.
We need to get those high rolls. Alright. So Wigglytuff is the reason that we need Swords Dance up. I forget what she has. She either has Thunder Wave or Paralysis. Thunder Wave or Sing, rather. Yeah, she has Sing. So Sing is a 55% chance to put you to sleep, and sleep is a really bad condition. So that's why we set up Swords Dance, to not have to deal with trying to wake up and then hit another submission while it just keeps on trying to sing you. Alright, so the beauty fight, 90% of the time you get in this fight, you'll have the lineup of Seeking Staryu Pidgeotto. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what we get. I've only seen her not lead Seeking once. Yeah. So we bring in Cloyster here, because Cloyster has Self-Destruct, and Self-Destruct does a lot of damage. In this generation, actually, all the way to Gen 4, I think, it will half the opponent's defense before doing the calculation. It's very powerful. Alright, so we're gonna bring Jinx. So Jinx is another MVP of this game. She has two good moves, which is Psychic and Ice Punch. Ice Punch is faster to use. It's a couple, I think like half a second or something faster. So I will use it when I can. Seeking's not in range to Ice Punch though. It's a bit too high still. Unless I get the max roll on the damage roll, but I'm not risking half a second on a high roll like that. Excellent, that's what I like to see. Alright, so here's the stressful part. Psychic has a 10% chance to drop special. I really, really, really do not want that to happen here. Excellent. If that happens, he sets up Light Screen here, and then he'll just spam recover, because he's like, oh, I'm going to die to this next hit, and just spam recover until Light Screen is over, and it will take you 5 turns until Light Screen is out to kill him, because he will just keep recovering. But luckily he only thinks of it now that he's too low for it to matter. If I were to, for some reason, well, that's fine. If I were to, for some reason, miss here, he would use recover, but we're not gonna miss. So I really don't want to see Pidgeotto now, because Pidgeotto does have quick attack, which would kill me. I do have Articuno in the back, which isn't too bad, but dying obviously wastes time. Alternatively, okay, Dratini's good. I outspeed and one-shot it.
The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The 10th battle.
That's also really good though, because Pidgeotto's at 10% range.
It's doubly effective.
Which is not fabulous.
And there goes the battle.
Alright, so this fight also has a bit of a scary, scary part. So Chansey also has Sing. The strat is to use Articuno. And Chansey also has a really good special. Special attack and special defense are one stat in this game. Chansey has a really good special. So I'm just going to Ice Beam it until either Chansey's frozen, Chansey's dead, or I'm asleep. So hopefully I don't see Chansey. So I explained ranges earlier, but basically it does the damage calculation, and then it will basically vary it by up to 85% of what the damage could be at a maximum. So let's say the damage is like, you roll and you are supposed to hit 200 damage, and then the damage range comes in, and then that brings it down by, so like let's say from 200 to 190. If a Pokemon has like 195 health, for example, then that wouldn't kill. So that's where the range comes in, sort of thing. So there are... Alright, no Chansey. Yeah, so 10%, so let's do the actual calculation. So it was a Jinx, Ice Punch versus Pidgeotto. It's the only Pidgeotto in the game. Alright, so Jinx's Ice Punch does a minimum of 129 damage and a maximum of 152. That's spread out across 39 different chances, basically, different values. So 4 of those values, which are, what would they be? 251, 252, 253, 254. No, not 251, but 255. So those 4 values, if I roll those for the damage range, they would kill. If I roll anything else, it would not kill. So that's where the 10% comes in, because there's a 4 out of 39 chance that I kill.
The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The
More
battle
maths.
has become one-sided.
4 out of 39, did I say 29? Yeah, 39 possible damage variation values. Some of them will double up, so like in this case, 2 of them do 131 damage. Just because that's how the math ends up working. The damages are rolled down. So like if you have like a 18.5% chance to, or no, 18.5 as a damage, for example, it would just be 18. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so the Erica fight is both easy and scary. Her signature Pokemon is Gloom, for some reason, even though it's the Stage 2 Pokemon, and she has 2 Stage 3 Pokemons. So I just Fire Blast and one-shot everything. If I miss a Fire Blast, a lot of these Pokemon have Sleep Powder, and if I get put to sleep, that's like a minute gone, because I need to switch out to Articuno, and then Ice Beam from there, and Ice Beam does not one-shot everything. So I don't want to miss, because I don't want to be put to sleep. There actually is a sleep clause in this game, so not more than 1 Pokemon can be put to sleep at a time. So I know if I have 1 Pokemon asleep in the background, the rest are safe, basically. But as long as I land all the Fire Blasts, that's all I care about.
Savage attack. No, this Pokemon looks wrong.
We are not yet at the point where crits matter in this game, but we're getting there. Next gym, actually, will start mattering.
There's a difference in the number of reserve Pokemon. Oh, it's Tangela. The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. How's that? That's the weak spot.
Excellent.
Take it down with 1 hit. That's it. Stay clear.
Alright, we're halfway through the gyms. Yeah, the second set of gyms is... the second half of the set of gyms, rather. Are both longer and more challenging. Not everything dies in 1 hit, and things are getting scary. Team 4 for Koga. So just the way that rental Pokemon work out, in some cases it's actually better to bring the lower stage Pokemon in. So we bring Abra here, for example. We're actually going to use him in this fight. So Abra's Psychic, so Psychic is one of its rental moves, does more than Alakazam's, I think, Psybeam. So Abra just straight up does more damage, so we use Abra here. We also use Abra because of this Ditto, because Ditto will obviously transform. He's switching out, Joe. And fighting Abra as an Abra is easier than fighting like Jinx as a Jinx, because Abra also has Seismic Toss, which always does 50 damage no matter what. Alright, so the fact that he brought in Venonat here is a good sign, because that means that there's probably no Tentacle or Weezing, since those are both a lot more bulky. There's still a chance that they're in the back, but it's probably either Coughing or Grimer. Now we're actually going to see Ditto again. Yeah, so I don't kill Ditto with a Psychic unless I crit, but after that I can just Seismic Toss him, because I'll always do enough damage to get him in range. Yeah. This is a speed tie though, so there is a 50% chance that he'll move before me, but he doesn't do anything of value basically to me. Yeah. Oh, he's gonna switch out actually. Okay. Well, I should have Psychicked. I was not expecting the switch. That's fine though. I'm gonna start turning.
What's that? There, it's a hit. How will the SWAT Pokemon fight? A Psychic Blast! No! This Pokemon looks wrong! Oh! Is it down?
Since Ditto swapped out though, he will go back to Ditto. Yeah, no, yeah, so he goes back to Ditto, so I can just Psychic him again. Easy peasy, he's slower than me again.
We're down to the last Pokemon. The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. That's a good hit. Wow! Going down. And there goes
Alright.
the battle.
Bit slow, but nothing particularly to write home about. So the next fight, so a lot of these trainers have AIs, and those AIs do different things, obviously, or like specific team compositions. I didn't talk about any of the earlier fights, because honestly I have no idea what they do, because we just body everything. But starting from now, I'll point them out when they happen. So this is a high critical hit team fight, so they'll only use moves like Slash, Karate Chop, Razor Leaf, and Crab Hammer. I one-shot 4 of the 6 Pokemon though. Machoke's actually one that I don't one-shot, so hopefully I get a crit here. Alright, fine. But yeah, the one that I really don't want to see is Kingler, because Kingler takes 3 hits to kill, and Crab Hammer does a lot of damage. And actually, if he brings in Machoke, Kingler, and Scyther, Scyther outspeeds me, there's a good chance I die just because everything does a decent amount of damage. So if we see Kingler, it'll always be the second one, or the first.
What Pokemon will be fighting next?
Just because obviously if you have like a water type and a grass type, you're not going to bring the grass type against Articuno. But yeah, we have Kingler here, so he'll get to throw off 2 Crab Hammers, which is no bueno. Okay, that's a crit, which is nice. That means it is... yeah. So that would never kill. But now it's a 2-shot instead of a 3-shot, which is very good. I want to see something. Articuno's Ice Beam versus this Kingler. Wow, okay, so the max amount of damage you can do without a crit with 2 Ice Beams is 132, and he has 133 HP. That's actually funny. Let me get out of here, sir. Alright.
The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided.
So that was a good crit. That actually saved me a turn, which is 20 odd seconds.
Whoa, that's tough.
That was a useless crit though.
Why? Take it down with one hit.
Alright, so the juggler fight is a bit...
There goes
Sometimes it's an issue. So basically there's one Pokemon that I don't want to see, and that's Hypno. And that's actually going to be a theme for the entire game. There are 3 Hypnos, I think, maybe 4. And they're all bad. So if I see Hypno, that's not good. In this fight particularly, though, we do have ways to get around that. So I'll actually bring in Cloyster. And this is a strat that I came up with, fun fact. Because bringing in Cloyster is better unless their lead is Kadabra.
The gym leader is waiting right after this.
I hate my life. I actually hate my life. So the reason why Kadabra is bad is because Kadabra outspeeds us, and he will always set up a substitute. If you bring in Electrode, Electrode outspeeds Kadabra and self-destructs, and kills Kadabra. But because Kadabra was first, it's going to be a 2-hit. Any other Pokemon, it would have been better for Cloyster to be out instead of Electrode.
Major action already.
Unfortunate. Alright, well, we'll be using double edges from Persian to clean out the rest of the fight.
Pokemon are entirely different types. Double edge. A savage hit. Wow. Going down.
No, so
What Pokemon will
we're
be
not
taking
entirely sure how the teams are decided, but there are, like, preferences. I'll actually switch out here. Assuming I hit 2 Thunders, it's better to switch out. Is it? Nah. We'll just go Thunderbolts. Thunder's not accurate. But yeah, basically the teams are pretty random, but there are some, what's the word?
It's mimicking the opponent.
There are some,
Neither one is conceding an inch.
like, it'll sort of pick its Pokemon based on what your team is, sort of thing. There's no real way to determine it or manipulate it, so we have zero idea how. This game also changes RNG every frame, so there's no way to manipulate it. But there's, you'll see some preferences with what they bring sometimes.
The heated battle rages on.
So for example, that beauty fight back there, she'll always lead with Seeking, basically. Like, she'll rarely not lead with Seeking.
Super effective. Oh, is it down and out? There's only one Pokemon left in reserve.
Would we have a second for quick promotion?
Yep, go for it.
Okay, we have $10 from Anonymous, and this $10 actually go to the Pokemon Stadium minigame speedrun incentive at the end of this run. You still have about an hour and maybe 10 minutes to donate for that. Just to remind you, we have an incentive. It's right now at $65 out of $150. We're still missing on $85. And if we get it before the end of this run, we will see an additional minigame speedrun of Pokemon Stadium at the end. So we're really looking forward to that. So make sure to pick that if you donate. And also, we're just $5 short out of 300 now. So you can be the one that gets us past these 300 with just $5. We would obviously appreciate if you could donate more, but 5 will be enough to get that past that goal. To get us past that goal, and yeah, we're still missing 85 to get us the additional speedrun. Thank you very much for all the donate.
What'll it do?
The minigames in this game are great. Minigames in this game are great, by the way. I would recommend it. Because Hypno dropped my speed with that, or was it Slowbro? Someone dropped my speed with Bubble Beam, so my Persian was actually slower, so I had to swap out. And if I get too far down from missing Thunders, I'll just self-destruct. Because I guess if Electro dies, Persian speed would be better, but it's just faster to self-destruct instead of dying. I'm not dealing with this. We'll just self-destruct.
What's next? It's not very effective. The heated battle rages on.
This game is rigged. Some days you have like super great luck with thunders, other days you're just like,
That's a good hit. Wow! Going down.
why is he spamming? Good question.
Wow, they're down. They're
Let's see.
both down.
Hypno. Juggler's Hypno. So he only has Mimic, Metronome, and Poison Gas. So since he mimicked Thunderbolt from, what's his face? Persian? That's the only move that he has other than poisoning us. Or using Metronome, I guess. So that's probably why it's using its only attacking move. Which is a silly strategy if you ask me, but you know what? Alright, so Koga fight. This one's not too bad, but I do have Jinx that has a relatively good chance of dying, and then Abra also has a chance at dying. There are a lot of Pokemon that I can't one-shot unless I crit,
The commands are issued.
Weezing being one of them, and Weezing and Muk both do a lot of damage. Alright, Special Falling is actually not bad, since Poison is a special move. He'll still do over half my health, though. Koga's signature Pokemon is Venomoth.
Major damage. The heated battle
The only really noteworthy thing about Venomoth is that it will speed tie Abra if Jinx dies before Venomoth gets out here. If that happens, though, I have Articuno in the back just in case.
going down. Which Pokemon is coming out? Oh, it's Venomoth.
Alright, so I actually don't think Venomoth can kill me from here.
How will the type difference
So I might just be able to two-shot it and then hit whatever's in the back, which is not Muk. I think, oh yeah, especially with this special drop, we're fine. Unless it takedowns. Double edge, I mean.
What's that?
Of course.
Powerful strike.
Of course.
Oh, is it down and out? We're waiting for the next Pokemon.
So there are some moves that you would take recoil damage, but in Gen 1, if you kill somebody with a move that you would normally take recoil damage from, it just doesn't apply the recoil damage to you. So Venomoth gets off scot-free. Alright, we won the speed tie, so that's nice. Abras actually does more damage than Jinx, so whatever's in the back, it's not Muk, so whatever's in the back is basically a one-shot. Yeah. So this is a one-shot, which would be it'd be a 79% range for Jinx, which isn't bad, but I'll take the reliable one-shot.
Super effective. Wow, take it down with one hit. That's it. Stay clear.
Alright, on to Gym 6. Alright, so there's a debate in the stadium community on which gym is the worst, and that's between Sabrina's gym and Giovanni's gym. Sabrina's gym is pretty brutal. So this fight's actually not too bad, but if the cue ball brings both Dragonair and Dugong, then I do have a chance at dying here. Or Jinx does anyways. Whatever's in the back can clean up, but hopefully that's not the case. So my only saving grace is if I either freeze Dugong or crit it. Not Dugong, Dragonair. So Dugong, even if I crit, I'm not guaranteed to kill it in 2 shots. Special falling isn't important. Alright, so it's gonna Skull Bash here. I know it'll land. I don't think I can kill it from here. So one really odd mechanic of Gen 1 is that whatever stat changes you have get ignored if a critical hit happens, even if you have like positive stat changes. So Dugong's special drop, for example, would get ignored if I crit. So for some reason I got 2 special drops, and then I crit. The crit would actually do less damage than a normal hit.
Savage attack. That's a good hit.
Alright, so from here, if Dragonair's in the back, Jinx is probably gonna fall.
There's a distinct difference.
There's a small
in the
chance that
number
she
of
doesn't, but
remaining Pokemon.
excellent.
Oh, it's
Alright, so either I need to crit, I need to freeze Dragonair, or Dragonair can miss a 90% Hyper Beam.
The battle has become one-sided. Oh, Ice Punch.
Unfortunate.
Perfect game. Hyper Beam.
Unfortunate.
Oh, it's down. What Pokemon will be fighting next?
Let me just...
Oh, it's Jolteon. The remaining Pokemon stock is 2-1. The combatants are making.
I actually don't know if double kick... A double kick would have killed. Okay.
Thunder.
Of course.
Oh, nothing but air. It can't make a move.
Well, now we get to double kick.
The heated battle rages on.
I do have damage calcs written down for most of the fights. I don't have one for this one, though.
Double kick. Boom.
It's early enough in the run that normally we do the gyms in a reverse order. I actually do Giovanni and then Sabrina and then Blaine. So this is the 5th fight in the run. So I would just reset if Jinx dies. So I don't have that calc. Anyways. Alright, so this fight isn't too bad. Nidoking can one-shot everything except Ninetales. And if Ninetales is first, it'll just use Bide, and I 2-shot it. It's actually a range, so I might one-shot it. So, but that's not a worry. The big scary part is if we see Rapidash. Oh, excellent, it's the first Pokemon. So Rapidash has Horn Drill, and Horn Drill has a 30% chance of one-shotting Nidoking. And nothing else I have can reliably kill everything. Excellent, okay.
Miss the target. Earthquake.
So yeah, this is a very stressful move.
Pokemon choice. Taken down on the word.
Because there's not really any way to play around it. It's just if you get Rapidash, he will try to go for Horn Drill, and you only have, like, all the slots in this team are pretty much filled by other Pokemon. So you only have Nidoking that can really take out everything in this gym.
Are entirely different types.
But thankfully, missed the Horn Drill. Horn Drill is a 30% chance.
Wow, taken down with one hit. There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon. Oh, it's Charmeleon. The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. How's that?
Yeah, so the only other thing that outspeeds this is Ponyta, but Ponyta uses Takedown, and then we one-shot it, so it's nothing to worry about. So the next fight's the medium fight. This is a contender for the worst fight in the game. So that's fun. So the medium's fights... So first of all, she has Golbat, so I'm going to start out with Nidoking. If I have a Golbat, or if they switch to Golbat, there's nothing I can really do about that. I mean, in that scenario anyways. I'll switch out to Jolteon. But the bigger problem is this team revolves around confusion moves. So we'll use a lot of Confuse Rays and Supersonics. And Confusion has a 50% chance of you attacking yourself instead of doing damage. Which is bad, but also it wastes time. And also, they get to attack you. Haunter actually outspeeds me here, so I hope that it misses... Oh, it's just going for a straight Psychic. Okay, that's fine. It's not going to kill him as it hurts.
This Pokemon looks wrong.
Thankfully, most Pokemon in this gym I one-shot back. So that's not too big an issue.
Bad Pokemon choice.
Very good that Haunter Psychic instead of...
Down already.
supersonic.
Major action already. Oh, it's Ghastly.
Interesting. Okay, I actually outspeed Ghastly here.
For lost ground.
Um,
The remaining Pokemon count
Haunter might be in the back.
3-2.
It's not Golbat and it's not Lickitung. So it's either Haunter or a Tentacruel.
No, this Pokemon looks wrong.
Gengar.
Gone! It's a one-hit wonder. There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokemon.
It is Lickitung, that's so weird.
The remaining Pokemon count is 3-1. The battle has become one-sided. What's this? Major damage!
Alright. Let the fun begin.
Supersonic! It's confused!
Alright, so here on out, every move that I try to hit has a 50% chance of doing damage to myself. I also can't take... Okay, so that's the animation for confusion.
Uh-oh!
Yeah, I can't take too many hits though, because Lickitung also has Slam, and Screech apparently, okay. So I might be dead actually if I hit myself again.
Defense is down. Fireworks are flying in this battle. It shook off its
Alright,
confusion.
no more confusion.
Vigorous attack.
That me... Ooh, and a crit, alright.
Oh! It's
That will take out Lickitung. That fight can snowball very easily, especially if, there's, what's his face? The bat. Golbat. If Golbat's in the back, because they'll switch in Golbat, and then you can't hit it with Earthquake, so you need to switch out, and then Golbat confuses whatever comes in. It's not a fun time. Okay. So the Sabrina fight isn't too bad. I have Moltres out here. Moltres is more like a sacrificial chicken as opposed to anything else. Actually, Alakazam first is really good. So the big scary parts are there's a Hypno that has Hypnosis and a Mr. Mime that has Thunder Wave. And if I get either put to sleep or paralyzed, that's really bad for me. If Alakazam's first, he uses Toxic, so I get poisoned, which means that I can't be put to sleep or be paralyzed, because you can't have more than one status condition. So that's actually really good that Alakazam is out, because now I don't have to deal with any dumb things.
nail the weak spot.
Sky Attack's also one hit, assuming it hits.
Sky attack. Severe hit.
Yeah, Toxic is actually good.
It's a
Imagine that.
one-hit wonder.
But yeah, once Moltres gets put to sleep, normally you switch to Electrode, and then you either attack or self-destruct from there, and then you finish the fight with Tauros. It'll probably still end up happening, because Alakazam did crit me, and
The Pokemon are in
yeah, things do a lot of damage at this point of the game.
Fire blast. Whoa,
That's a one-shot.
like a bad
That was a
Pokemon
very nice
sword.
crit. Generally, Executors are pretty tough to deal with.
There's a
I think there are
distinct
3 or 4 in this
difference
game.
the number of remaining Pokemon. Oh, it's Jinx.
There are 4 in... no, there are 3 in this game, rather.
The remaining Pokemon
Alright, Jinx is
count
also a 2-shot.
3-1. The battle has
But,
become one-sided.
yeah.
That will hurt.
Okay.
And
Alright, so versus Jinx... Oh, Self-Destruct is actually a range to,
Pokemon is
to
coming
kill.
out. Oh, it's Electric. The remaining Pokemon stock
So we're gonna
is
risk the
beautiful.
range.
The combatants are making sparks fly. It's
Electrode is the fastest Pokemon in the game.
Heart flow.
Fun fact. And we get it. That was a 58% range, so that's really good. Because bringing in Tauros and then going from there is pretty slow, but
Wow, they're down.
it's good.
They're both down. That's it. Stay clear.
Oh, I didn't say so, but Sabrina's signature Pokemon was Alakazam. Team 2. Alright, so the first fight's pretty easy, so either just Ice Punch or Psychic everything, and a couple of them are 1 hits, and a couple of them are 2 hits, and I outspeed everything. This is also a Focus Energy team, which means they'll use Focus Energy on the 1 turn that they can move if they don't die in 1 shot. So this fight's pretty free.
Whoa, looks like a bad Pokemon choice.
But for those that are curious, so the way that critical hits is calculated in this game is normally, so it'll take your base speed. So let's take Jinx for example. So Jinx... Eradicate's a 2-shot.
How will the type difference affect that?
Where's Jinx's speed? Hello? Oh, so Jinx's speed is 123. So we'll take 123 and then add 76. So 76 is the constant number here. And then divide that by 4. So that's going to be basically the number that it compares against for critical hits. So Jinx just ends up with a 19.43 chance to crit. What Focus Energy does is that it takes the 76 constant and adds 130 to it, or 160.
There's a difference in the number
Where's my
of
numbers?
reserve Pokemon.
Yeah, it adds 160, so it's going to be your speed plus 236 instead. And then instead of divided by 4, it's only going to divide by 2. So you have more than double your chance of critting.
How's that?
But again, since everything dies in 1 or 2 hits, that's not going to be relevant.
It's getting pumped up.
My champ is a consistent 2-hit. There's no way to 1-shot it. You can get really close, but
Heated match.
it'll always be 2 shots.
Savage attack. That's a good hit. Oh!
And again, when I can, I'll use Ice Punch, just because the animation is a bit faster.
And there goes the battle.
Alright, so this fight is... Basically, there's a coin toss on whether or not we lose a minute, and that is determined on whether or not we see Hypno. So I'm really hoping we don't see Hypno. It's pretty slow. It takes 4 turns to kill, assuming I hit a Sky Attack and a Thunder. Sky Attack's 90% accurate and Thunder's 70.
Here's the second adversary. The challenger needs to stay calm to earn victory.
Unfortunate. Alright, so we're going to set up a substitute here because he's going to try to put us to sleep.
They go in
Hypno also just naturally has a lot of bulk, which makes him annoying to kill. And also because this is Gen 1, the only super effective moves against it are bug types. And the only bug type move we have is Pin Missile from Jolteon, which is not super great.
furious battle. It's building energy for the next attack. What's next?
So its entire strat is to put you to sleep and then Dream Eater, and its only other move is Submission. So it's just gonna keep on doing Submission into our substitute, which does not do a lot of damage.
Savage attack.
And that's a crit, good. So that avoids the need for me to land in Thunder after.
Oh, it's down.
Alright, so if I see Alakazam or Jinx, I'm going to need to Sky Attack again. If I see any Water-type Pokemon, I'll just Thunder. Good. So it looks like there are 2 Water-type Pokemon in the back.
How will the type difference affect that?
Also, I don't know why this Slowbro sucks, but I
Oh, the attack missed.
I consistently miss Thunder against him, and then he Psychics and drops my special.
The substitute
Luckily I had a substitute, so he can't drop my special. But the amount of times that I've missed and he's dropped my special is actually absurd.
There's the attack.
Of course.
That's a miss. What's this?
I absolutely hate this game. I hate this game with a burning passion.
Flying in this battle. Vigorous attack.
So I don't even think I kill from here.
Hit.
No? Alright, so we're gonna have to land another Thunder.
What'll it do? The second bat is down. Both Pokemon are
Yes. Yes.
Here it comes! Thunder!
This game is cursed. This Slowbro is cursed. Specifically this Slowbro. Nothing else in this game is bad, other than this Slowbro. Ironically, it crit, which would have done less damage than a regular attack since he dropped my special twice.
Pokemon is coming out. Oh, it's Jolteon!
Actually don't know if Pin Missile would kill from here.
The Pokemon are entirely different
I'll
types.
just go for a Thunder.
How's that? Oh, the attack missed.
Alright, Pin Missile will kill if I hit 3 or more.
Hit the weak spot. Neither one.
So hitting 3 or more is a 5 out of 8 chance.
What now?
So you actually can't change the movesets. They're all based on,
Oh,
they're already preset. Zapdos' moveset is... I don't have it up right now. Yes, I do. Thunder and Sky Attack, which are the only attacking moves. It has Flash, which we never use. And Substitutes, which we do use sometimes for some strats. But for the most part, we just use Thunder and Sky Attack. Sky Attack is a 2-turn move, though, which is an issue.
remaining Pokemon stock is 1.
Since it does give the enemy a free hit, and it doesn't do that much damage, especially against water types.
Super effective.
Good.
Down. That didn't take
So yeah, Jolteon is a little weaker offensively than Zapdos, so I wasn't 100% sure if that would kill.
There goes the
But
battle.
that is a thing of the past. Yeah, no, for the speedruns, we use rental Pokemon. Or else this game would actually just be a joke. You use like Alakazam and Mewtwo and just wipe everything. Probably just Mewtwo with
It's the gym's third
Thunderbolt,
opponent.
Psychic, Ice Beam,
The
and
gym
something
leader
else.
is waiting right after this.
Alright, so this fight's actually pretty cool. This is a explosion team. But we have Substitute, so we'll just set up Substitutes while they self-destruct in front of us and then just wipe out the last Pokemon. There's actually a rule, and by rule I mean put rule in quotes there, but you can't self-destruct on the last Pokemon. If you do, you'll lose the fight. So that AI will never do that.
There's been major action already. Oh, it's How will the type difference affect that?
And then I have Nidoking and Starmie in the back in case there's something not good in the back for Zapdos. So if it's closer Snorlax or Muk, I would keep Zapdos in. Obviously, it's not going to be Snorlax or Muk because they're gone. For Executor, actually it's also Zapdos. And then for Electrode, I'll bring in Nidoking, and Golem, I'll bring in Starmie.
Pokemon.
It's Cloyster, excellent. This is actually the perfect fight, ending on Cloyster, since Thunder is a reliable one-shot, assuming it
The
hits.
battle has become one-sided. Savage attack. Perfect.
Yeah, so the way this fight is supposed to happen, again, supposed in quotation marks, is that they self-destruct the first Pokemon, and then you're down to like, whatever, 30% of your HP or something. Then the second Pokemon comes in and will launch an attack that should take you out, and then self-destruct on the Pokemon that comes in after that. They don't ever get to that point since we set up a substitute. So. Okay. There is a non-zero chance that I die here, and that non-zero chance is actually pretty scary. So I use Tentacruel here. Tentacruel is actually pretty fast, fun fact. Charizard is usually the lead. Yeah. So Charizard's going to use Earthquake. If Earthquake crits, I will die, and this fight will become very, very difficult. If he doesn't crit and I miss the Hydro Pump, okay, good. If he doesn't crit and I miss the Hydro Pump, this fight will also be very difficult. Okay, good. Because I can't keep Tentacruel in, obviously, because Charizard moves first and would kill me from there.
Down already.
What a zoomer, dude.
There's been major action already.
Self-destruct's actually pretty good in this game, though. Magmar, that's very... Oh, that's actually really good. This might be a 3-turn fight. So normally if he has Kangaskhan or Clefable in the back, he'll bring that turn too, because that's not weak against Hydro Pump. Very nice. So it could be either Rapidash or Arcanine, neither of which can kill me before I can kill them, unless I miss. I guess Rapidash could stomp me and either flinch me or crit me. But I'm pretty sure Rapidash would have been second. Yeah, it is Arcanine. Damn. It has been a long time since I've gotten a 3-turn Blaine fight, and now that I've said that, I'm probably going to miss this Hydro Pump. Excellent. Blaine's signature Pokemon was Charizard. Forgot to mention that. Arcanine is the best boy. Freaking love the Fire Dog. Okay, Gym 8. Gym 8 teammates. Alright, so I mentioned this before, but normally we do the gyms in reverse order, so normally this is the first fight that we do. And we do this gym first because it is very unreliable. So I'm sort of scared at all of these fights. Mostly I'm not, because I can just reset, but in this case I sort of am. So Moltres out first is really good, because Moltres is going to Toxic us unless we crit. And one of the reasons this is scary is because Persian can paralyze us with Body Slam. Okay, well, hopefully there's no Persian then. One thing I actually didn't mention, so there are a lot of moves that have secondary abilities, so Psychic has a chance to drop special, Thunder for example has a 10% chance to crit. That secondary ability will never activate if the move is the same type as the opposing Pokemon. So for example, I will never be able to Thunder a Jolteon, for example, and paralyze it. Or I can't Ice Beam Lapras and freeze it, because Lapras is just water ice. Body Slam is a normal type move though, which can paralyze Zapdos. It can't paralyze, for example, Tauros, because Tauros is a normal type. But Zapdos it can definitely paralyze, and it has a 30% chance to do so, and Persian gets 2 attacks off before we kill it. No, there are no shinies in this game. Shinies were only introduced in the 2nd generation. This game has a different color palette sort of thing. I think it's actually based on the nicknames, but it's based on something. And it was just to give the Pokemon a bit of variety here. So a lot of the Pokemon will have different color palettes. 2 fights from now, actually, we'll see a Zapdos that's a bit more orange. So it looks similar to a lot of the shiny Pokemon. Some of them are really similar to what eventually will become their shiny Pokemon. But in this game, technically there's no shinies. Okay, so if you recall the junior female fight, that was really bad before because of it was a team that spammed Sand Attack and stuff. This is the sister fight, I guess you would call it. So this is the Evasion team. These Pokemon will probably spam Double Team. Lickitung especially is really bad. Excellent. So if I don't crit him, or if I don't kill him in 2 shots, his strat here is to use Double Team 6 times. So I'm really hoping to get him out of the way soon. Alright, good start. And he's not in range to double kick from here, so he's just gonna double team. So after 1 double team, my chances of hitting fall down to 52.5.
The heated battle rages on. Here it comes, Thunder!
Excellent. Very nice. So the other Pokemon I definitely don't want to see here is Magneton. Magneton is a bit risky if I want to switch out to Nidoking, which can 1 or 2 shot it, it's a 30% range. Okay. If I do switch out to Nidoking though, there's a chance that Fear is in the back, and if Labman sees me switch out to Magneton, me switch out to Nidoking rather, he'll switch out to Fearow, and then we're just gonna do a revolving door of Pokemon, as the announcer likes to say. Imagine hitting Thunders. I'm actually happy because that Lickitung can definitely snowball really badly. So at 6 stages, it would have... I'd be 1/3 accurate, so that's 33%. And then Thunder's accuracy on top of that makes it a 23% chance that I would actually hit a Thunder. So if you got to that point. So here it takes too many Earthquakes to kill Poliwrath, so we're just gonna Horn Drill until he kills us. Alright. Or until that happens. I did not expect that to happen on the first shot. I could have just switched out to Jolteon and Thunder.
Would we have a second for quick donation?
Yeah, go for it.
Alright, we have $25 from those crazy guys saying, looking forward to seeing the minigame incentive at the end of this run. Let's get that man. Let's get that man indeed. This is obviously put towards our incentive to see the minigame speedrun at the end of this run. You still have about 40 minutes to go with that. But if you feel like donating, don't keep us waiting. We all probably want to see that extra speedrun. We are at $90 out of $150 right now. We're just $60 short. So all of that is going to a very good cause. So if you just can, make sure to donate and put it towards the incentive, because we all want to see the extra speedrun. Thank you very much for your donation.
The minigames in this game are absolutely fantastic, by the way. Personally, I'm a big fan. So this fight's really bad if I see a Zapdos. So Zapdos takes a lot of turns to kill. He will normally Thunder Wave until I'm below half health, though. So since I'm already below half health, he'll just go for Thunders, which isn't too bad. But he will Thunder Wave whatever's in the back, which is somewhat, and he is coming in. Okay. He shouldn't be able to kill me with 1 Thunder, but he takes 3 to kill, so unless I crit, I can't, Alright. Even playing field. Unless he crits, obviously. Calculated. No. My second chance at life. I must take it. Okay. Alright, and whatever's in the back is, actually they're all ranges except Dodrio. Pinsir would be the worst, but Tentacruel is also not super great. Okay, so Pinsir's a 28% range. And he will kill me with a Slash from here.
The battle has become one-sided. Vigorous attack. The savage hit.
Alright.
What a flash! Boom! It goes down after a good fight. We're waiting for the next Pokemon. Oh, it's electric.
Alright, Electrode Swift should kill, but not necessarily. It can technically roll a 15. Excellent. Jolteon's double kick or pin missile would not kill. And whenever possible, you try to not rely on Thunders, because Thunders aren't fantastic. Alright, last gym battle. So Giovanni's not too tough with our lineup. We're gonna actually bring in Articuno, Electrode, and Vaporeon. So we might see a Vaporeon use, but preferably not. Preferably Articuno just wipes everything. His signature Pokemon is Persian. Self-destruct takes an extra about 10 seconds to use. So I'd rather risk the pretty good range instead of losing 10 seconds. Alright, so Nidoqueen here's our range, so it's a 58% range. Which is not super favorable, but excellent. Alright, so the Pokemon that I really want to see are Nidoqueen and Rhydon. Nidoking is not too bad. Persian, Dugtrio, and Tauros are all pretty scary. Giovanni's signature Pokemon is Persian though, so you'll always see a Persian. And since Persian's second, I believe it just slashes twice, yeah. So it'll do a lot of damage. So hopefully Tauros isn't in the back, or Dugtrio, because both of those will kill. The good thing about Persian though is it can't crit on top of its crit. So it'll... oh, very nice. So it'll never just straight up kill me. Alright, so there's like a 99% chance that he switches here. Yeah. So there's a mechanic in this game that you can't have two opposing Pokemon frozen at the same time. So if they're frozen, they're likely to switch out because they know that I can't freeze another Pokemon. Same thing with sleep, actually. You can't have two Pokemon on the opposing team put to sleep. Dugtrio in the back switching in here is really good though, because Dugtrio would have probably killed... yeah, it would have definitely killed me. Pokemon can't double crit, no. But since Dugtrio is faster than me, he would kill me. So actually getting Dugtrio there is really good. And of course we get his beautiful... yep, that was a good 8 seconds spent. And that was the 8 gyms. Alright, so we're on to the Elite Four. So assuming everything goes well, it's about 14 to 15 minutes out from here, the end of the run. So in case you guys are big fans of minigames and want to see those. Oops, no, we're not doing Giovanni again. The only thing is, so the Elite Four... 3 of the, like, 5 hardest fights in this game are in the Elite Four. Which are the last 3 fights, actually. The first 2 aren't too bad. Lorelai's a bit tough sometimes, depending on if your Thunders are hitting or not, but for the most part, it's pretty okay. There is also a pretty good chance, like, everything here has Blizzard or Ice Beam, so there's still a pretty good chance that I get frozen. Blizzard in this game is a 90% accurate move, as opposed to 70 in later games. Very nice. Very nice. But yeah, unless you get the crit glitch, it's always guaranteed to basically have the same amount of damage. Of course. Uses Toxic, interesting. Thought it would have went for Ice Beam or something. Normally the first Pokemon in a fight, though, uses a status move. Same thing for if Persian actually is the first Pokemon in Giovanni's gym, it'll also use Toxic instead of slashing twice. I don't know why they value Toxic so much in this game, but it is what it is.
Would we have a second for a quick one that just came in?
Go for it.
Okay, just as you said that we're closing in on this run, and this run is coming to an end, we have a $60 donations from more quote time, saying saying time for some mini games, and we do have some time for mini games indeed, because as you can probably imagine, our incentive is now filled, is now met, which means we will see the additional minigame speedrun at the end of this run. So thank you very much for donating. Thanks to everyone who donated for this incentive. We are now at $380. We're getting really close to the 400 mark. So make sure to donate if you want to see us get past that really quickly. Thank you all so very much.
So we'll be doing minigames later. There are also a lot of other cool incentives. The next fight isn't super hard, so we can probably name them off then. But for now, Dugong is a 20% range. And Dugong will probably kill me from here. Or... So one thing that I didn't mention, though, is that there are secondary effects in this game. So paralysis, for example. The secondary effects will never happen if the Pokemon is going to faint. So it does the damage calculation, and if the Pokemon is going to faint, it does the whole, okay, this Pokemon's dead sort of thing. If the Pokemon's not going to faint, I should have brought an Electrode, I don't know why I brought an Zapdos. If the Pokemon's not going to faint, then it goes to secondary effects and might apply them. So when I saw that Dugong was paralyzed, I knew he wasn't dead sort of thing. I should have brought an Electrode, because Electrode Swift would have killed from here, but because I don't have a brain, I decided to go for the 70% chance. But yeah, the next fight's Bruno. So Bruno's really easy, so everything either 1 or 2 shots. The only scary parts are the Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan, which are 40% ranges. Both of them do a pretty significant amount of damage, and Hitmonlee, so the kicking one, actually outspeeds me. And then Machamp is a 2-hit, which can also cause problems. But other than that, this fight is pretty straightforward. So if we want to list off other donations that they can donate for, or other incentives rather, now would be a good time.
Sure, the Pokemon Stadium incentive was met, but we still have a handful of incentives you can choose from. The next one is for the next run after Pokemon Stadium. It's Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, and you can choose the Pokemon that will be used for the run. Right now, Totodile is winning with $20, and other options are all tied at 0. So if you have any other option that you would like to choose, then you can just outbid the $20. Or if you want to make absolutely sure that Totodile will win, you can pay even more. Just to make sure no one snipes any of the other options. The options are Totodile, Bellossom, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, Marill, Pichu, Pikachu, Sandwit, and Togepi. So there's a lot to choose from. We also have a coming up pretty soon. In just a couple of hours, we have a file name choice for Diddy Kong. The only proposition right now is BLM at $15.
The battle has become one-sided. There it goes.
We got some bid wars. If you guys don't donate for Cyndaquil, I will be upset. Actually getting 3 one-shot Pokemon here is really nice. It's been a while since I've seen that. Specifically, Onyx, Golem, and Rhydon are the only Pokemon that you one-shot. Hitmonlee, or Hitmonchan, I guess, you can one-shot and outspeed it. But it is only 40% as I said. Okay, the next 3 fights are the big difficult ones. So Agatha has a couple of... it actually has the longest notes section, I think. It's like, if this Pokemon leads and this Pokemon is second, then do this sort of thing. But we will be using Psychic here, since it's mostly, there's a lot of Poison-type Pokemon. They're all Poison-type Pokemon. Huh. Interesting. Gengar first here. Usually he bites or switches out, so that's actually really good. Okay, so that's actually really good. So that means that we can just freely take out Gengar here. Because Psychic 2 shots, and he's not going to be able to attack. And I get a crit anyways, so that's really good. The scary one is Haunter. So if Haunter comes in, he will spam Hypnosis. I'm actually deciding if I want to do something, but we'll see if we need to cross that bridge. It's Venusaur. Okay, that's fine.
The Pokemon are entirely different types. What's this?
Well,
What's up?
the moment you said, I'll be sad if you don't donate for Cyndaquil, pretty much like a second after, we got a $30 donation from
Let's go.
Niva Okami saying, thanks for doing this, keep it up and Cyndaquil is the best. And this is actually going for Cyndaquil, which means Cyndaquil is now winning with $30 and Totodile is second with $20. Thank you so much for your donation. That pushes us over the $400 mark. We are at 410 right now. Let's keep pushing it to half a thousand.
Love to see it. Alright, so we did not see Haunter here. Again, Haunter has Hypnosis, which makes this fight extremely difficult, and also loses a lot of time. So not seeing Haunter here is actually really good. And getting the crit on Gengar is also really good, but mostly the not seeing Haunter part.
There it goes. Heavy down.
Cool.
Both Pokemon have taken
And then Ice Punch comes from here. Excellent. So Agatha can Snowball, but that was a really smooth fight, so I'm happy with that.
Drill that weak spot. Oh, it's down. And there goes the battle.
Alright, so depending on what lineup Lance brings, it can be pretty variable. So we start out with Articuno. But he does have a Lapras, which can complicate things, and also Gyarados, which isn't super fantastic. Also, there's a Kangaskhan, I forgot about that. Kangaskhan does a lot of...
Oh, it's electric.
Alright, Thunderbolt cannot paralyze me here, because I am also an electric type.
It didn't do much damage. The heated battle rages on.
Alright, so Thunder is a 2-shot here unless I crit.
Oh,
Of
that's
course.
a miss.
Blizzard does have a chance to ice me, though.
Vigorous attack.
Uh,
A
okay.
savage hit.
Well, I need water. I would rather not self-destruct here, I'd rather land a Thunder, because that does more damage. But I also might die here.
There's the attack.
Okay.
That's an effective hit.
Alright,
What's this?
he's going for the accurate surf instead of the,
Oh,
instead of the Blizzard again.
wow. Down.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Which Pokemon is coming
Although if I had
out?
to lose something, I'd rather lose Jolteon, but
Oh, it's Jolteon.
can't pick which Thunders hit.
Make up for lost ground. The Pokemon
Not yet,
are
anyways.
entirely different types. Here it comes. Thunder.
Okay,
Super effective. Oh.
so next, if we said Dragonair, that's not too great, and Kangaskhan would be pretty bad.
We're waiting for the next Pokemon.
Okay, that's fine. We'll just switch out to Articuno. Articuno can't... Ooh, nope. One sec.
This is a fight
No,
between
okay, so we need to leave Jolteon in for one turn, because Articuno, Dragonair here, rather, is going to Thunder Wave, and I really don't want a paralyzed Articuno. I should have flashed, actually. Wait, no, I don't have flash. That's Articuno. Zapdos. Okay. So it's not going to Thunder Wave again. And I outspeed and one-shot Dragonair with Ice Beam. So the only scary part is if there is a Gyarados, but I just need to hit a Thunder through Paralysis, which isn't that bad. Are you joking?
What'll it do? It took me a few easily. How will the swamp Pokemon fight?
Okay.
The attack still going
No, I do
on.
need to switch out and then switch back in, because this is just going to go on for 5 turns.
It's a hit.
Alright.
Sparks are flying in this heated match. The Pokemon returns to its Pokeball. How will this swap affect the outcome?
So hopefully it doesn't wrap again, because we will keep on doing this until it doesn't wrap, because if it hits wrap, you're isolated for 5 turns.
What's this?
Is it just going to do this? Do I need to wait the 5 turns?
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? It's the revolving door of Pokemon.
Alright, if it wraps again, I'll just wait the 5 turns. But I will not be happy about it.
How will the swap Pokemon fight? Another Pokemon chain.
Alright. Well, we're just gonna wait it out.
It's a light hit.
So wrap stops you from being able to attack.
Affect the outcome.
Yeah.
The attack is still continuing. There's a little damage.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about this because Jolteon would under speed. Actually, I'm dumb. I could just switch to Jolteon, wait for it to wrap, and then switch back.
A light hit.
Alright, let's do that, because this is going to go on for another 3 turns anyways.
The heated battle rages on.
I should note that in my notes.
Here's a Pokemon chain.
Let's...
Will this Pokemon swap change the flow of battle? What's next? Boom! It can't make a move. Neither one is conceding an inch. Oh, there's going to be a change of Pokemon. How will the swap Pokemon fight?
There you go. Okay. I'll know for next time.
Roughly effective.
And yeah, that's a one-shot. Okay, so that was pretty dumb.
Down after a good fight. There's only one Pokemon left in reserve.
And it's Charizard. Okay.
Charizard.
Can he kill from here? I don't think he can.
Remaining Pokemon
His flamethrower takes like 10 years to do the animation though, so hopefully... Fire Spin, are you joking?
Super effective. It can't make a move. The intense
Why is today the day it's
battle
using
continues.
Rapid Fire Spin? He's supposed to use Flamethrower.
The trainer's changing Pokemon.
Alright, so Thunder is a one-shot, assuming he doesn't Fire Spin, and assuming I'm not fully paralyzed or miss. He's gonna Fire Spin again though.
What's this? A minor hit.
But he also outspeeds Articuno, so this time I actually do need to wait the 5 turns. This game sucks, holy shit.
Can't make a move. Fireworks are flying in this battle. The attack is still continuing.
Yeah, and Jolteon doesn't outspeed it because it's paralyzed.
What a furious battle. The attack still going on. A light hit. Sparks are flying in this heated match. What now?
So apparently people race this game, and I'm just sitting here wondering how I would survive.
Oh, it still can't move. Neither one
Should be one last turn.
conceding an inch. The attack is still continuing.
Let me out.
The heated battle rages on.
I think just eating the Thunder Wave from Dragonair would have been better.
What's that? That's a good hit. It still
Did he use Fire
can't
Spin again?
attack.
Is it just gonna keep doing this till I'm dead?
Battle continues. The attack still going on. Boom!
If that's his start, that's really not good.
Fireworks are flying in this battle. The attack is still continuing. Good hit.
I'm sort of worried right now, because if I do die here, I need to restart the entire Elite Four. Okay, use Slash. That means that if it doesn't kill me...
Nail the weak spot.
Excellent, and I am not fully paralyzed. Excellent, and I land Thunder.
Whoa!
Excellent. That's a one-shot.
Down.
Calculated.
Take none. That's it.
He overextended. He should have fire spinned again. I don't know how much PP fire spin has, actually. That was really dumb, though. That was actually really dumb. So pretty much any run that would have gotten here that got that fight would be dead, because I don't... That was like an 8-minute fight. But now we get the rival fight, which is also a scary fight. Everything in this fight is pretty strong, so I'm just hoping that it doesn't, you know, wipe me. But there's nothing that's like stupid status conditions and stuff. I mean, they'll still paralyze me and stuff, but it depends. Ninetales, that's fine. So I'll Thunder here, it'll probably dig, and then I can switch to Zapdos. It'll definitely dig. Actually, it might Toxic.
Here's the first move. Major damage.
Dig.
It's burrowed underground. Neither one is conceding an inch. The Pokemon returns to its Pokeball. Oh, it's Zapdos.
So Dig obviously can't hit flying types, and then
Oh, the attack missed.
a Thunder would kill from
How
here.
will the swapped Pokemon fight?
This is actually a speed tie, so there is a 50% chance that Ninetales moves first.
Oops, that's a miss.
No, it uses Toxic. That's actually not bad, because if Clefable or something is in the back, it can't paralyze me.
Whoa, that's a strength. What a furious battle. What's that? There, it's a hit. Savage attack. A
Okay.
savage hit.
1 on 3.
And it's down. Which Pokemon is...
So hopefully I don't see Electabuzz. Executor. Okay, that's not super bad. It depends how much damage he does to me though. So Sky Attack is a 66% range.
It's building energy for the next...
Which is not great, but it's better than nothing. I just don't know if he's... Yeah, he is going to Leech Seed. Okay.
Leech Seed.
So that's fine.
Yeah, it's a hit.
As long as it doesn't like Psychic or something.
The heated
So assuming I hit,
battle
this
rages on.
does have a 2 in 3 chance to kill. If not, then a Thunder would kill from here.
Sky attack. Perfect day.
Okay. So he will get HP back from that.
What'll it do?
Okay, actually I do need to...
The previous turn took a lot out of both Pokemon.
This actually might not kill.
How's that? Missed
Well,
the target.
definitely didn't kill. Alright, that's fine.
Wow.
From here...
Down.
Jolteon's Pin Missile is going to kill, so that's fine. And as long as Electabuzz isn't the last one out, which I don't think it is, because I think it would have thrown out Electabuzz
Here's a
before
Pokemon.
Executor.
How will the type difference affect that?
So it should be either Clefable or Slowbro or Pinsir. All of which are fine.
Pin missile.
Let's go. 1 out of 8.
The weak
I only needed to hit 2.
Oh!
Actually, could have done it with 1, but you can't just hit 1 Pin Missile.
There's only one Pokemon left in reserve.
And it is Slowbro. This is a one-shot. Nope, this is an 89% range.
The remaining Pokemon stock is 2 to 1. The tense battle continues. Vigorous attack. Wow, that's an effective hit.
There we go.
Ah,
Not
it's
too
a
bad.
one-hit wonder.
Time's coming up in like 20 seconds-ish.
Congratulations!
But that was the final fight.
Castle!
It was a lot smoother than it has been in the past. And time. Sorry, I should have mentioned, it's on the red X. The time's probably not great because I spent an eternity in the Lance fight, but you know what? Other than that, it was pretty okay. And we get a Pokemon for our efforts. Professor Oak grants us a Pokemon. I'm not sure what it can be. I know it can be the 3 starters, the fossils, or Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan. I'm not sure if there are other Pokemon you can get from here, but there we go. Damn. Do I keep Hitmonlee or Hitmonchan? Someone pick for me. I can't make decisions. We're doing Hitmonlee. Alright. So you guys donated for a 3 minigame speedrun. It's amazing. Alright, so who's the best? Going easy, because I want to win. And 3 games. Chan? Was that the one I picked? I think it was. Excellent. Lee? Ooh. Yeah, we can set up an entire bid word for which Pokemon I get to keep. Alright. So 3 wins to become the champion. I will try to win 3 minigames. Hopefully I don't get the Ekans one or the Lickitung one. The Ekans one I'm really bad at. The Lickitung one sucks. I think that's it. The other 7 are okay. There are a few that are really slow, but that's fine. Anyways, do we want a timer for this? Also, I don't know if time starts here or after. But let's pretend it starts here. All right.
It's all set up for you already.
Excellent.
The game and the category, so just you can start the run whenever.
Excellent. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So basically, what this does is it'll randomize minigames. This is a very highly contested category. I don't think anyone's ever done it actually.
I've got a timer ready.
Oh, did you go? Or do we restart? I'll assume we're gonna keep going. Alright, so the Lickitung one is really slow, and I'm also really bad at it, but thankfully they're on easy. Basically what you need to do is just chain different types of food. No, the same types of food, rather. You gotta multiply for that. The yellow ones that you see on the top of the screen right now are very valuable, so I will be eating those. No, the red one's gonna, yeah, okay. I'll just... no, the other one's alright. So this is an auto-scroller, unfortunately. There's no way to speed it up. Ah, the red one's after me for the yellow ones. Oh, that's not a good one. Excellent. Alright, that's 1 win. We got this. So now computer gets to choose. So again, I don't want the Ekans one. That one's fine. This is actually the fastest minigame. If you can't mash, I unfortunately suck at mashing. Alright, in my defense, they're not easy. Getting Electrode there is better, because Electrode has a cuter win animation. Sushi Go Around is fun, it's just long as heck. Okay, this is another mashing game. Easy, we got this. Unfortunately, I use 2 hands to mash, and the D-pad is on the other side of the controller. Unfortunate. Alright, we're using 1 hand then. They aren't easy, they're fine. Alright, and time comes up when it says the champion on screen. Time. Whew. Look at me go. Amazing. So that was the 3 minigame speedrun. If there's any requests for a speedrun, for a minigame rather, I will give you guys one. But after that, I think I'll be done. Unless the next person's set up and we want to keep going. I know it was like 10 minutes under. Mashing is not a test of talent, though. I can't mash with 2 hands and then press the D-pad up. Clefairy? Alright, we're doing 1 game. And it's Clefairy Says. This is actually my favorite one. It's like Simon Says, but Clefairies. And they sing to you. Damn, Ice was faster though. I actually wasn't looking at the screen there, so I hope I got it right. I caught it for like 1 second though. Drowsy's really cool. Drowsy's definitely up there. A lot of the Stadium 2 minigames are also really cool. The Scyther one comes to mind. Crap. I'm dumb. It's okay. They aren't easy. Oh no, they are normal, I think. Okay. You fools. This reminds me of when I was in class. I think that was it. There we go. Excellent minigame. Excellent choice. But that was it for Pokemon Stadium, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you ever think of speedrunning this game, I give you my personal warning, because it is... what's the word for it? It's rough. It's very rough. But it's also pretty interesting if you're into math and strategy and stuff like that, so give it a look if you're interested. If not, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Hello, we're back after Pokemon Stadium, and we've also seen a bonus run, a bonus minigame speedrun that was shown to us by Quo. Thanks to your donations, we've raised $150 for that incentive. Thank you so much to everyone who contributed to that. We have $410 raised total for Save the Children right now, so thank you very much for that. We are getting closer and closer to raising $5,000, which is going to be a good goal for sure. We're hoping to get past this as soon as possible. We have another Pokemon game coming up for you in just a second, which is Pokemon Puzzle Challenge. And right after that, we have Jack Nicklaus' Greatest 18 Holes of Major Championship Golf for the NES. The rest of the night will be Untitled Goose Game 100%, Grease Any Percent, Diddy Kong Racing, and then The Sims 3 Gothic and Half-Life Blue Shift. And I think we're getting into the early morning now. So that's it for tonight. And for that, we also have some incentives that are connected to these runs, but we'll get to that in a second. First, I would like to mention some more information about what we're doing here. Just a reminder, we're North American Speedrunner Assembly 2020. This is a yearly speedrunning event where this year around we raise money for Save the Children. It's online for obvious reasons, but we are supporting Save the Children. Each and every of your donations goes fully to them, supporting a great cause. When the worst happens, children are always among the most vulnerable and often suffer most. Save the Children responds to natural disasters, conflicts and other humanitarian emergencies across the globe, including responding to the COVID-19 pandemic with global health, education and protection programs that address the unique needs of children in crisis. Save the Children has launched a global appeal to help support children and families affected by the coronavirus. They are supporting health workers with personal protective equipment, distributing hygiene supplies and health information on how to stay safe and prevent the spread of infection. They are also using their decades of experience with kids in crisis to give parents guidance and tools to reassure and support their children. As I've mentioned, each and every one of your donations goes fully to Save the Children, so thank you all so very much for supporting this great cause. As for incentives, right now you can see them all by using the link provided in the chat. Our incentives for tonight are still a file name choice for Diddy Kong Racing. There is a 3 characters limit, but you can still get creative with that, I imagine. Right now the only option is BLM. It's at $15 right now. If you would like to support either this option, because it might always get sniped. It's not that it's completely stationary. These things just change every hour or so. Every time you check them, it might be different. So make sure to donate for that sooner than later, because you might get get behind on that. Right now BLM is the only option, winning with $15. Winning because it's the only option, obviously. BLM is at $15. This is the only option, so if you want any other option, then you can just outbid this one with $15. If you do not have $15 to donate, you can always donate less and just give out the option and hope somebody else brings it up. This is also a great idea, since you will still be donating towards the great cause That is Save the Children. As for other incentives, we also have The Sims 3 with a name for the sim, a full name. You can choose any name you wish. We don't have any propositions yet. So if you would like to propose some name for the sim, then that's going to be the best incentive for you. We have a 13-letter limit for both names, so 26 characters. You can get pretty good with that. We also have a language choice for Gothic, and I can say a bit more on that because I'm kind of like running it. So I've ran Gothic on 2 international marathons so far, and the choices have been German once and English once. So right now we're at German once and Polish once. German Polish. German once and Polish once, which is 1-to-1. And English hasn't been chosen, and quite frankly, English has been the most unpopular one both of the times. So I would say English would be a good choice to make them completely even. On the other hand, if you'd like to make me happy, then Polish would be the choice, because I always play this game in Polish. That's just the way I do. And German would make a lot of fans of this game happy, because Gothic is German, so this is the original dub. This is not only what's important is that it's not the language of just the text, it's also the language of the voiceover, and we don't see many cutscenes in this run, but I play them on purpose when we have the language bit worse, just to make sure the language that was chosen was heard. Right now we are at $11 paid towards Polish, and both English and German are at 0. So if you want either of those, if you want to make the competition a bit more spicy, then make sure to go with that. Right now, that's going to be it for incentives for tonight. We'll see you soon with the next round, Pokemon Puzzle Challenge soon. Right now, we will run one more quick ad, and we'll see you soon. So stay tuned. Thank you very much.
بلبنان عايشين في خيمتنا صايرة جملون عايشين فيها أنا وأمي وأخواتي وأبوي. أتذكر أحلامي الحلوة، أتذكر بيتنا كيف كان، بس هلأ انهدم. نرجع على بيتنا ونعيش بسلام بس. لما جينا رحلنا لهون صار حالتنا ضيقة كتير. أنا رحت أشتغل بالاستيراد، صاروا الزعران بعيطولي بيقولوا لي أنا بعطيك مصاري وتعي معي. شغل في زعران بيلطشونا بالمدرسة، ما في حدا بيلطشنا، في استاذية واستاذيات. تعلمت إنه نحن بهذا العمر لازم هلا بنكون على المدرسة منه نصير كبار. عطتنا مبلغ ساعدنا الأطفال.
Right, having 7 people right now, we're still waiting to start, so if you want to join, type exclamation mark play in the chat. Just a reminder. Okay, here we go. go. So Shadow A in the lead here. Way ahead of everybody else. I gotta say, I've never commentated my marbles in my life. I've never seen any map for marbles, as in more than once. So, hey, that's me. Nice. This is weird because this seems really unpredictable. Before they actually fall down, you see a pattern here, and then it just dies. So we have Timo in the lead with someone right behind him. Oh! Nice fight for the lead there. Those turns can be a little, like, annoying. You're doing so well, and then you get on one of them, and it pushes you towards the next one. It has to be so annoying. Okay, Naglaria. Nice! Perfect. All the rest probably got stuck on this thing. Nice. That probably puts him in heavy lead. Here we go. Optimal strats, obviously. Yeah, I don't see anyone else, at least from this perspective. So Naglaria has to be way ahead. Yeah, that was really lucky. As long as he doesn't fall off the map or something. I hope I didn't just... Yeah, 100% skill. Obviously. Another one? Nah, not this time. But still pretty good, all things considered. Like you can't just, you know, get a pass like this twice in a row. You cannot just win 3 times in a row. That's just impossible. Oh, someone is catching up. Someone is actually catching up. At least you can see someone now. At least Naglarian isn't alone so far in the lead now. But it's still a pretty big lead, nonetheless. The high turns again. The turns with high walls again. Again, no one in the back. Terrifying. And that's it. Ukami was the one that was pretty close to Naglaria. Not so long ago. And then all the other ones, all the ones that got stuck on the first trap there. Jake, Shadow, Timrod, right behind. Not last at least, I think. If my math is right, there's like one more person, 2 more people, something like that. That's it. Naglaria is the winner. Who would have thought? Right, after this race, we're just gonna go quickly into intermission, and then we're ready with the next run, which is Pokemon Puzzle Challenge, so get ready for that.